Our town, our TV. Amherst City Cable.
Well, hello. Welcome to the sports show. I'm your host, Ty House, along with the big homie.
Alex Squares, how you doing, Ty?
I'm feeling good like everybody else here in the Cleveland, Ohio, Northeast Ohio area.
I think the party's still going on. It's been going on for almost a week now. Yeah. Go ahead.
Tell them what happened.
The King came home.
The King came home.
The King came home. Well, he came to Cleveland. You know, he's like 20 minutes south there in Akron, his home, but, you know.
Don't that just make you feel good?
It really does, man. It really, really does. Like I was talking to Greg earlier, just how. I don't really feel this way, but my dad was just talking how it transcends sport, you know, and it's not really about sports. It's about, you know, seeing a kid that, you know, we've watched because LeBron James, you know, went to St. Mary St. Vincent. You know, we've been watching him since he was in high school, and now he's a 30-year-old man, and we've watched him grow up, turn from a boy to a man, and now. He came back to play for us.
He came back to play for y'all.
To win us a title.
He said a title.
Did he say? Yeah, he does. Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, like, what's he gonna say? He's gonna come back and, you know.
Come back. He gonna bring a title.
Come back. We're gonna be
to the starved Northeast Ohio area.
Yeah, it's a lot.
What y'all gonna do if you win a title, man? Y'all gonna burn Cleveland down.
There'll be a parade. I'm sure there'll be a huge parade. I'm sure a lot of businesses that aren't, you know, in the entertainment, you know, not bars and stuff like that, but a lot of, you know, businesses will shut down for the day and everyone will go to the parade and it'll be crazy. There'll be some morons that, you know, flip cars over, set couches on fire, stuff like that. You know, some people like to celebrate in that fashion. You know, not me. I'll go to the parade. I'll celebrate. I'll have some drinks, and I will enjoy myself.
So let's see. The Cavaliers, since they got the King, one of the biggest signing in free agency history, comes back to Cleveland. They have a starting lineup right now that would consist of Kyrie Irving at point guard. You could argue Dion Waiters.
Let's say Dion Waiters.
Dion Waiters at the 2. You're going to put Bron at 3 or 4? What you going to do with him?
I was thinking Wiggins at the 3, and then we can bring
Bron
LeBron off the bench.
And Verjao at the 5?
No. LeBron.
And Verjao.
No, LeBron and then Tristan and Verjao.
So you would bring Wiggins off the bench?
Absolutely. That's just me. If I'm setting up, I mean, that's actually not me. Okay. If they keep Dion, which is a big if for me at this point. I really don't know if they're going to keep Dion. At this point, I'd probably lean towards them not keeping him. I don't know either. But I would personally start Wiggins over Dion.
At the shooting guard.
At the shooting guard, yeah.
He gives a defensive. Dion Waiters is bringing an offensive punch.
Right.
And you got enough of that in the lineup with Kyrie and LeBron.
Right.
You need to bring some firepower off the bench.
Exactly.
And Wiggins is such a defensive player that I think he would fit good at the 2 also.
You want that player starting games. Then, like you said, you want your offensive punch coming off of the bench. You know, that's like similar to, you know, when James Harden was with Oklahoma City.
Right.
He was a better player than Thabo Sefolosha.
Right.
Obviously. But you don't want to bring Thabo Sefolosha off the bench to play elite defense. You want him starting and then bring James Harden off the bench to score.
Okay. So we got mad rumors floating around.
They are, too. They're
Kevin Love may be on his way to Cleveland.
They haven't quit those rumors. Ever since LeBron announced that he was coming back, those rumors started. Even before. You know, everyone was talking about how bringing Kevin Love in would bring LeBron back or vice versa, you know. But now that LeBron's back, no one's talking about that anymore because he's back. There's nothing to talk about. Now everyone's talking about Kevin Love. So waiting for the next shoe to drop.
What's it going to take for Cleveland to bring Kevin Love to Cleveland?
It's kind of silly to me because, you know, I listen to a lot of talk radio and almost the whole day, the past all weekend, and up until today on Tuesday, it's been talking about Kevin Love coming back to Cleveland. But the Cleveland Cavaliers have said that they're not going to deal Andrew Wiggins for Kevin Love. And then Minnesota's also said that they're not picking up the phone unless they're going to give him Wiggins. So, you know, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Unless one of them blinks.
I mean,
And now Golden State's come back into the
Cleveland
fold.
got more to offer than just Wiggins.
Yeah.
You know, they got a slew of first-round picks still coming up.
3 of them.
You know, they got Anthony Bennett. They got Tristan Thompson. They got Anderson Varejao. Any of that you could put in a package.
Dion.
You know, with some first-round draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at it like this. If Kevin Love leaves Minnesota, what does that leave Minnesota with?
Right.
I mean, even though you got Kevin Love,
Right.
where is Minnesota at? You know what I'm
They
saying?
haven't been
So
to
it's like
playoffs.
you kind of like your coach is your general manager, and you're in a rebuilding state.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you give up Kevin Love, you take you some first round picks, and build through the draft. You get it, even if they had to include a young player like Deion Waiters, who could be a star in his own right if you put him on the right team.
Yeah, he definitely could be. He has the talent, and it seems like the Timberwolves are being really stubborn about it. You know, and
Right.
I don't really know I don't know how warranted it is, considering that he's going
free
to
agent.
walk after
Right.
this.
He's a
after
free
this season.
agent.
So I don't see how they warrant this stinginess with him.
I mean, I don't think it's stinginess. I think they're just trying to get the best for their buck.
Well,
By
absolutely.
time the trade deadline come around, Kevin Love will be moved. Because
Absolutely.
he's already told them, I'm not coming back.
Right.
So, you know, they're
So
going
they
to get
would
the best that they can get. And they're going to sit up and continue to listen to offers as the season go along and see who's playing the best and who want to make that move to, you know, get a Kevin Love. Because, you know, Houston down there just missed out on Melo
Yeah.
and Chris Bosh. Done threw their name in the hat for the Kevin Love sweepstakes,
Yeah.
which would be another great place for him to land.
They signed Ariza, was it? They signed
Right.
Ariza, yeah. So that, you know, are they going to have cap space for Kevin Love with those 3 guys?
Hey, that general manager Mora, he's been making moves,
Yeah.
regardless.
And
you got to think of how rich the Houston area is. They're not tripping off no luxury tax down there.
That was my next question. Just question me or tell me if I'm wrong. You can go over the cap.
You can go over
Right.
the cap. It's just gonna cost you a luxury. It's gonna
Right.
get into the luxury cap.
Right.
I mean
and
luxury tax.
And if he's okay to pay that, then
Hey,
Right.
That's what I'm saying about the Clippers, man. The Clippers are going through a little thing where, you know, they're trying to sell the team. My man bought the team for $2 billion.
$2 billion.
So if you got a $50 million luxury tax to make sure that you got putting the best product on the court,
Right.
what's $50 million?
Chump change.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron, I just seen a stat before I came to work. LeBron is worth $500 million to the city of Cleveland next year.
Doubled.
Wow.
And what's crazy is that, you know,
So it is bigger than basketball.
I like how you put that together. The net worth, you know, of the Cavs, you know, like you said, doubled from $500 million to $1 billion. But yet the Clippers sold for $2 billion. So I mean, I don't know if that's just how everything in California is more expensive.
I'm not even talking about the Cavaliers team. I'm talking about to the city of Cleveland.
Yeah,
Like, the city of Cleveland gonna have $500 million more dollars next year than it had this year, thanks to LeBron.
Right. And
This dude is so important that they already are moving the RNC to July so that it won't collide with Cleveland playing in the finals next year, which I really want to get to right now.
I heard something about that they were thinking about doing that, which, I mean...
Slow down.
Exactly. Right. So that seems kind of silly to me.
Slow
you know?
way down. Like LeBron do. Slow it down.
And I mean, and even so, even to say they're guaranteed to go to the finals...
Slow it down, man.
It's the Republican National Convention. You know, it's far more important than a basketball game.
Right. It's still a lot of pieces to the puzzle that got to come together before you can even start to say, look, we're going to move to RNC.
Right. But, you know how they like to do things.
I guess it's better to be prepared, though.
I guess so, but what if they don't need to be prepared? Then
We
they
was
just-
talking
then they
about
just
we
look
were
silly.
talking about we were
Then they
talking
just look
about
silly again.
we were talking about like I say they making arrangements for the Cavaliers to be in the finals next year. Are you a believer of them being in the finals next year?
As the roster is constituted right now, no.
So you are a believer that if they get Kevin Love, there will be a final.
Did I say that?
I'm asking. That's what I'm saying. Just asking the question.
I know. Yes. Yes, I do think that.
Okay, well, we got to get ready to take a break. We come back. I want to discuss who you think are the top 5 teams in the league. We're going to say as of right now and if any trades happen.
Okay, we're going to do both.
From both conferences, so there's no East-West.
No, we're going to
just top 5 teams in the league today.
Right now, as their rosters are constituted right now.
And then we'll do the imaginary one where you can get to add
That's what I meant
Kevin
by when I
Love,
said both.
if he come.
If
You watching the sports show. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Serving Amherst and Amherst Township, your hometown television station, Amherst City Cable.
Welcome back to the sports show. I'm still here, Ty House, along with the big homie.
Alex Squires.
Man, I want to get into this because I know we only got maybe 10, 15 minutes to discuss this.
Yeah, this show just isn't long enough sometimes.
It never is when we talk in sports, especially, this is supposed to be the sports show, but we talk so much basketball here.
Yeah,
here we are in July.
Yeah. Well, when you go back to when it was just in the paint, and then how it kind of morphed into everything.
That's just like
tonight. So we still know our roots there.
That's just like tonight is the Major League Baseball All-Star game, man.
I'm glad you said that.
That's the only mention you got of this.
How in the hell is Derek Jeter an All-Star?
This is his last year, man.
I know that.
It's a career award.
I know that. But when you're hitting 270 with
it's a
2 home runs and 30 runs, 25 RBI,
Magic had HIV.
He
didn't play.
I'm not a believer in that.
The whole first half of the season, they let him play, and he won the MVP award.
That is crazy.
That's a lifetime achievement, man.
I'm just not a believer in that kind of thing. That kind of thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm a Derek Jeter fan.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Derek Jeter, everyone either loves him or hates him. I love Derek Jeter. I love the way he plays the position. I love the way he stays off the radar, that he stayed with the one team his whole career, and he's amazing. But when you're having a bad year, just because it's your last year doesn't mean you should make the All-Star team.
You just said it. He's one of the best players ever. First ballot Hall of Famer.
But not this year.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Absolutely, hands down.
His team sucks this year. So he's not going to go out on top. So this is an opportunity.
Tough break.
Listen to me. This is an opportunity for us to put him on the stage for the whole country to say, thank you, Derek Jeter.
He's on the stage with every game he plays this year. And
individually.
Road games.
Individually.
Every team has given him some kind of gift, have recognized him.
Individually. But not collectively like tonight.
They can do it at the end of the year.
We're going to all
when
get
it's
together
actually over.
And it's going to be a Derek Jeter party. That's enough baseball.
I'll be there in pinstripes.
Top 5
Yes.
NBA basketball teams. Who you got? Right now. This is for any kind of trades are made.
Right now.
Right now, as everything stands through free agency and so forth, top 5 teams in the league.
Well, you have to put the national champions there.
The world champions.
The world champions. Sorry. You have to put the world champion San Antonio Spurs there.
Right.
Just like I've said before, just the Spurs are too old thing. I'll believe it when I see it, and they still have Popovich there. Everything should still be.
Who just recently signed a contract extension?
Yeah, he did.
Real quietly, like, I signed it.
And after that, man, it's tough for me. It really, really is.
You really want to throw Cleveland too, don't you?
I really,
as things is
I
right
really,
now.
really do. And I don't even know who I would. No, I wouldn't put Cleveland 2 as they are right now. Only because that's what this boils down to. Is where does Cleveland stand with the rest of the teams in the NBA?
I'm saying they not in the top 5. And since you struggling to give us the top 5,
No.
I'm gonna give you 5.
Let's
The
hear it.
Spurs,
Okay.
Oklahoma City,
Yeah.
the Chicago Bulls, the Indiana Pacers,
Oh my.
Washington Wizards,
Okay.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
6.
6.
Now I like that you threw the Wizards in there. I really do, because we saw John Wall last year take a leap that I would like to see Kyrie Irving make in his 4th year. John Wall took him 4 years. Kyrie Irving, hopefully, with LeBron, he should. John Wall doesn't have LeBron
Right.
James, but yeah, that team could be really good. Bradley Beal another year. That team could be really, really, really good
Picked up Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce, yeah, with a
Signed
great
Gortat back.
with a great backcourt. They could be really, really, really good. Toronto, I wouldn't sleep on either, because they were a good team last year.
Did you just push Cleveland back to 7?
No, I
Oh.
never pushed. I didn't put anybody anywhere. I'm just talking about teams. But Indiana, I don't know.
Indiana got distracted, man.
I don't see a real point guard on that team.
That's true.
I don't see David West being as productive as he was last year. Who knows what Roy Hibbert's going to do game in and game out. I don't know. A lot of question marks there with that team. But what I want to say is that the Cavs, I wouldn't put them in the top 5 as they are right now.
Right.
I really, really wouldn't, because
They're not a top 5
let's
team.
just not even talk about
They're too
Wiggins.
young.
Yeah, let's just not talk about Wiggins, because quite frankly we can't, because he hasn't played an NBA game, and so we don't know what he is.
Signed a contract yet either.
Yeah, right.
Even though he has looked good in summer league,
He has.
along with Anthony Bennett.
They both have looked
wow,
good.
Anthony Bennett looks like a totally different player.
Oh, he had to drop like 30, 40 pounds. He looks
light on his feet. He's
He
bouncing
does.
around. He has a jumper. He a deadly jumper. Like
We
I
knew
like,
that, though.
I like Anthony Bennett a lot.
Absolutely. I think that he will come in, and I think he'll contribute. Albeit off the bench, I think he'll contribute. Maybe 10 and 6,
Right.
something like that. But the Cavs, outside of LeBron James, do not have an above average defender on the team.
Right.
They really don't. And what if
That's what Wiggins will bring to the table.
yeah, but that's why I said that at the beginning, to just leave him out, because do you think it's safe to say that Andrew Wiggins will be an above-average defender?
Yeah,
you think it's a fact?
It's a no doubt. It's a no-brainer.
I think you're right.
It's a no-brainer. I mean, especially after watching him in the summer league the past couple he's averaging 3 blocks and 3 steals.
And that would
it's summer league. I mean, but
take it for what it's worth.
Yeah, I mean, summer league sometimes ends up being a college all-star game.
Yeah, it does.
And you averaging 3 blocks and 3 steals in a college all-star game, McDonald's All-American game, then I mean, it's pretty good.
Just defense is 100% will.
That's
and
it,
hustle.
and that's what he wants to do. He wants to play defense.
I mean, we all know. We heard him say, "I want to make the NBA all-defensive team."
as a rookie.
Has anyone ever said that sentence before? I don't think so. Everyone wants to win MVP, win a championship. He wants to make the all-defensive team.
That's why I think the trade with the whole Kevin Love thing, whether they get Kevin Love or not, they gonna be all right
Yeah.
because they got a young nucleus of top-tier talent.
Now guided by LeBron James.
Right. Now guided by LeBron James, right. Which brings me to another question, since you really couldn't just give me a definitive top 5.
It's hard.
LeBron
It's hard, man.
signed a 2-year contract with a 1-year opt-out. 2 years,
doesn't bother me.
42.1 million
Something
over
like
the
that.
next 2 years.
Doesn't
It
bother
doesn't
me.
bother you?
Not at all.
The 1-year opt-out doesn't just.
No, the 1-year opt out, I think, is in there for flavor. Just because how LeBron is, he likes to.
Do you ever
people guessing.
think you will see LeBron sign another 4 or 5 year contract?
Yeah, I think he will after the 2-year contract.
I don't think it's going to ever be possible for the money that he's going to demand. I don't think it's going to ever be possible for him to sign a 4 or 5 year contract.
I think
when you asked him for $30 million.
I think he could sign. Yeah, well, that's
so it's going to be like $30 million over 2.
Well,
and then at the 2, we'll do it again.
Well, I mean, that's the reason why. Well, LeBron James obviously thinks that he still has the ability to sign a max contract of that length, because that was the whole reason why he made the 2-year deals, because he knows with all, you know, the new CBA and the new, you know, television revenues, the max contracts are going up in the next 2 years.
From like 53, where I think it is now, to like 80 million.
Yeah. So he knows that
each team could spend on their players.
Mm-hmm. And he knows that there's more money to be had out there. And he's, I think.
I mean, I'm not complaining about his money. I'm just worried about, like you see how the Lakers were shut out in free agency.
Yeah.
And everybody blamed, even though they had $30 million to spend in free agency, everybody blamed it on Kobe's contract.
Right.
Kobe's making $23 million a year, and it was so much that we really couldn't bring any other stars in to play.
Right.
And I'm just concerned that, you know, with LeBron being in a demanding state, which is good because he deserves it. He's took the back seat for so long that you got to get your money.
Yeah.
Like his total gross is less than the contract that Carmelo just signed.
Yeah.
So
right.
You've been in the league 11 years, and you only made like $125 million over 11 years, and Carmelo just signed a 5-year, $122 million contract.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's time for this man to get paid, and I understand that. And I just think the only way that it's going to be able to work into the books is if you do it every 2 years.
And
you know what I'm saying? That way you can keep. Okay, I this year I might want to give a little bit back, so that we can bring in something else to keep us on top. And by keeping a short-term contract, I think that's where his mindset is at, because he know this is 11th year and he only got maybe 8 more years left in the league.
Yeah,
he's never been injured,
never been hurt.
You know what I'm saying? So he know you know, and that's another reason why I like him being in Cleveland. He can, when his career is over, Kyrie won't even be 30 years old.
Right.
Anthony Bennett won't even be 30 years old.
Right.
Wiggins won't even be 30 years old. So all of these players have came up under LeBron, which, I mean, man.
You think he's that invested in the city with that kind of move?
Did you read the letter?
No, I didn't read the letter.
It was touching.
Yeah,
I bet it made a lot of people around here cry.
I don't really feel those kind of feelings ever, so I'd probably disagree.
A big old teddy bear, cut it out.
But LeBron, you may be right about that LeBron will just keep doing 2-year contract. And probably every one of those contracts will have that 1-year opt-out, just so he maintains that flexibility.
Right.
And he is probably the smartest, from a business aspect, the smartest athlete in sports when it comes to stuff like that.
I'm going to say something, man. I said this in the last show about him and his family. You know, him being, and me too, I referenced myself when I was doing this, me being raised in the Midwest, not here in Ohio, but a Midwestern kid. Our values here in the Midwest are different than the East Coast, the South, and the West. You know what I'm saying? Our learning, the way we are taught in school, is different from the way that they teach the kids in the South and in the West. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, our education system is like none other in the country. You know, and for LeBron to be down there in Miami with 2 and a child on the way, and him sending his kids, even though it might have been homeschool or whatever, it wasn't the education that he was, you know, brung up on. And it wasn't the upbringing that he was brung up on, and he just didn't want that. This played a big reason in coming back to Cleveland, not just, you know, I'm coming to Cleveland. That's what he meant by it's more than basketball. I want my kids to have opportunity to experience the same things I experienced. I want my kids to be able to go to Cedar Point, have a season pass to Cedar Point. Right. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And, man, I mean, I'm just happy the guy is back, you know. And
you and me both.
He loves his community. He went down to Miami, man. He also seen how much money that they were making off of him in Miami, and it wasn't helping his people.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So he seen how much they was the restaurants and bars and stuff around the Q was suffering. He was getting them reports about that casino losing money down there that was built because of him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
People act like he's not plugged into that kind of stuff. He knows everything.
He's a businessman.
Yeah, he knows all of that. Yeah.
And with that, we got to get ready to get out of here, and we just want to salute you, King James, for coming back. being a part of the Northeast Ohio community, the Midwest community. Now let's go get some championships so we can have that parade. Oh, we're going to have a Euclid.
Euclid, definitely.
Euclid.
Yeah.
And so next week, we probably are talking some Major League Baseball or something. We got to talk about something besides basketball.
Please. I've been waiting
Football
to talk.
is coming up.
Yeah, but I've been waiting to talk about baseball all year.
Okay, we talk baseball next week. So next week, we'll be talking baseball and a little Johnny Manziel because we got training camp. That's for the start next week.
Perfect.
We out of here. This is the Sports Show. I'm Ty House. That's
Alex Squires.
peace.
Our town, our TV. Amherst City Cable.